Hey guys, Dee here. God bless you. I pray that you're all doing well, that you're healthy, happy, and beyond blessed. So today I wanted to share a message with you guys. And I decided to name it My Love Story. And no, it's not my love story with a guy. It's my love story with Jesus. I felt that I needed to share a little bit more about myself with those that can relate with me, that can relate to me. For those that have felt the way that I have felt, but never stopped to think that someone else out there can relate. For those that have felt that they're absolutely alone. For those that have felt that there's no way out. For those that have felt that they feel like they don't deserve anything good in their lives. For those that have felt that living in pure darkness is all you will ever be able to live in. It's hard for me to feel vulnerable in front of others, especially because I don't know who's going to watch this. So it's very difficult to put myself out there and open up completely. But I know it needs to be done because you're not alone. And by me sharing what I have been through, I pray that you can see that you're not alone. I pray that God's love can radiate to you from me. I went from being the kind of woman that believed that I could never have found love unless I found a significant other. I used to look for love in all the wrong places, with all the wrong people. I went from dating all the wrong guys to dating a woman. I ended up being in the most abusive relationship with that woman. It was one of the worst decisions that I ever made, trying to look for love. And I wish I would have made other choices, but I didn't. But it's okay. I went from being the woman that settled for whatever kind of love she can get. I went from letting myself being used, mistreated, taken for granted, taken advantage of, just because I wanted to feel just one small amount of love. And even though I knew it wasn't real love, I just wanted something that felt like love. I settled. I settled because I thought that that's all I was worth. I used to believe that I didn't deserve anything good in my life. I used to believe that all that was ever going to happen to me was people abusing me. It happened to me as a child. It happened to me as a teenager. Why not let it happen to me as an adult as well, right? used to believe that there was no one else out there for me that loved me. I thought that if no one could defend me when I was being hurt by family members, who would defend me when others were hurting me? I always wanted a father figure in my life. I even dated older guys when I was younger. I was the cliche of a young girl with daddy issues. I'm not ashamed. That was my past. I was abused by my brothers. My dad was never around. And that my mom would date would end up abusing me as well. And when I would tell her, she went to anything about it. She started to think that I was just the girl that cried because I wanted to be happy. And I'm not mad at my mom anymore. I don't hate her. I don't have resentment towards her. I have forgiven her. I love her regardless. And I thank God for that. But it was a process. A very difficult process. It has not been easy. It has not. I cannot sit here and lie to you that from one day to another, everything will just be flowers and rainbows and all that good stuff. You have to let go to heal. You have to forgive to heal. You have to love to heal. You have to learn to be loved to heal. And that's how my process was. When I first came to Aline, I felt judged, so I left. Then I came back in 2017. Never left again, and I don't plan to. That's home for me. And I loved every moment of it, the good and the bad. It has been the most rewarding time of my life. Change is a choice. Change takes a lot, but it can be done. It's not impossible. It was very hard for me to let go of the things that I thought were making me happy, even though I was absolutely miserable and in complete darkness. Before coming in 2017 to church, to Aline, I reached a point where I was done with my life and I wanted to end it. And I remember just calling out and saying, God, if you're real, if you're out there and you love me, show me that you love me. Show me that you're there. So I messaged a friend of mine that I've known since high school and went to Aline and I told him that I needed to talk to someone, and more than willing, he was like, yes, of course, let me just get to my car, I just got off work, and we will talk. He didn't wait until he got to his car. I'm sure that that was the Lord letting him know that, nope, talk to her now, she needs me now. She just doesn't know how to hear me yet. So he had to use a few people for me to hear him. So I remember speaking to my friend, crying to him, laughing. And at the end of our conversation, I told him that I needed to come to church. Not once during our conversation did he say, you need God, girl. You're going through a whole bunch of stuff, you need Jesus. I'm sure he thought it, but he didn't say it. It just came right out of my mouth. And I said, you know what, I'm going to message our friend Jay, and I'm going to tell him I want to come to church. And I did. It was like 4 in the morning. I will never forget any of that, because it was the most amazing decisions that I made in my life, and they were guided by God, and there's no one that can tell me otherwise, that can tell me no, it was just coincidence. No, it was not. It didn't happen by chance. No, it was not fate. No, it was God. And I remember telling him and texting Jay, and telling him that I wanted to come to church, and he gave me this whole list, this whole schedule, and that's when I started coming on Thursdays to the Bible studies, and then after that, it's been history. Then I went to Alive in 2017, and that's officially when my life changed. I got baptized at Alive, and I felt how all that darkness, all that sadness, all that anger, all that misery, all that unworthiness just stayed in the water. I came out like a whole new person. Little by little, things started changing in my life. A lot of people stopped talking to me. A lot. And if I wouldn't have been at church, if I wouldn't have already been going through my process, I would have probably been a wreck, because I always needed to have someone around me. But because I had the Lord, it was okay. For all of those that stopped talking to me, I was okay. Surprising. So that's where my process started. I remember praying and telling the Lord, Lord, everything and anyone that does not belong in my life, just take it. Get rid of it. I don't want it. If it's not from you, I don't want it. If that person's not leading me towards you, I don't want them in my life. I just don't want them. I'm not saying stop being friends with others because they don't go to church. No. Still love them, still pray for them, still be there for them. But have boundaries. If you know that these people will tell you, hey, let's go get drunk. Hey, you wanna, get high with me? Don't worry, I got you. You don't even have to pay for it. That's when you should know that, we can be friends, yes, but I will not do any of that. So, either you respect those boundaries, or you don't. You choose, and if they can't respect it, then those are not the friends you need to have in your life at that moment. But never stop loving them. Never stop being there for them. Because we are made to love all. We cannot pick and choose who we do not want to love and who we do want to love. We are made to love all because He loves all. Jesus loves all. He died for all of us. Doesn't matter what skin color you are. Doesn't matter your body shape. Doesn't matter your height. Doesn't matter. He loves us all. So don't think I'm saying stop loving or stop being there for others. Just have boundaries. Because as you're growing, as you're maturing, the Lord will bring those friends back in your life. But this time, you won't fall under that temptation. And you'll be okay. Because you'll be radiating God's love to them. And I've had friends where they're like, Dee, you're different. I've seen your beautiful process, and I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. So when my friends tell me that, old friends from back in the days, I feel joy. And all glory to God. Because I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it alone. No, I couldn't have. I tried so much. Tried so many times. Changing the things that I didn't like. Changing the things that I knew were not okay. But it didn't work. I couldn't do it. I would end up going back. But then, He changed them. God changed them. God changed me. I'm speaking to all of those that at this very moment, you still feel rejected, alone, in this very dark place where you feel that there's no way out, where you feel that you're never going to be happy, where you believe that that's the place you belong because that's all you've ever known. For those of you that believe that no one can love you, for those that believe that no one can understand you because only you've been through what you've been through, and no one has been through what you've been through, so they can't understand. Well, I'm here to tell you that I understand. I used to believe that no one had gone through anything that I had gone through. I used to believe that no one had hurt the way that I hurt. I used to believe that no one could understand me. I used to believe that I didn't belong. I used to believe that I was never going to find love. I used to believe that I didn't deserve to be loved. I used to believe that I was alone. I used to believe that I was worthless. I used to believe that all I deserved was to be treated badly. I used to believe that I deserved to be alone. I used to believe that I deserved all the bad that happened. I used to believe that I was to be blamed. I used to believe I used to not believe in me. I didn't believe in anything anymore. I thought that God had forgotten about me because I was such a mess. I thought that He couldn't love me anymore because I was disgusting. I thought that who would ever love me? I've tainted myself. I had a few moments where people would make me feel because I had tattoos No one was ever going to love me because I had ruined God's temple. But He loves me. He loves me just the way I am. He loves you just as you are. Don't let anyone and anything tell you otherwise. Because you're loved. He loves you so, so much. It's not easy. It's not. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's not. He saved me from me. I was my worst enemy. My thoughts were what would hurt me the most. Because I would let myself think the worst. But that has stopped. Not because I feel that I deserve it all, but because He has shown me that I am loved. He has shown me through His love, by His grace, by His mercy, that I am loved. It's up to you to make that choice. Do you want to let go of all that pain? Are you tired of feeling all of that? Have you had enough? What is it going to take for you to open your heart to Him? What more do you need to lose? I lost a lot. I lost myself during that process as well. I lost a lot of loved ones. But I gained so much. I gained so many loved ones. And to be loved, it's so beautiful, you guys. To be loved by Christ, it's so beautiful. To have these beautiful moments with Him. To have these very intimate moments with Him where it's just you and Him. And all the love in the world you could feel at that very moment because it's just you and Him. It's the best. The best. So again, I'm here to remind you that you're not alone. You are not alone. And there is someone that wants to love you. He's been there, waiting patiently, because He's a perfect gentleman. He'll continue to knock until you open that door. And He's going to take you in His arms. And you're going to understand when I'm telling you right now that there's no greater love than His love. That's my love story. My love story with Jesus. In awe with Him. I remember once telling my friend that the day that I fell in love, I wanted to be surprised constantly. I always wanted to be left in awe. I wanted to feel loved every single day. With small messages, good morning messages, good morning hugs, good morning kisses. With gifts that to others it would be the smallest thing ever, but to you it was the biggest thing in the world. Well, God has done that. He has done that in my life. He surprises me every single day. Every single day. He leaves me in absolute awe all the time. He does things in my life that just, I'm shocked and surprised, where I'm just like, whoa, did that just happen? I don't deserve it, but that just happened. He wakes me up with love every day, even if I have a bad day the day before. He's amazing, you guys. God is amazing. I pray that you receive this message. And if you want to make the prayer, if you want to do the prayer of faith, message me and we'll do it together. If you're tired of feeling this way, he's the answer. That's the best truth that I can share with you. That's the best message that I can share with you.